Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've been wanting to talk about this for ages, and now that a friend finally got one, we can dive into his experience. Quick note before we begin, there's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer purchased this electric bicycle with the primary goal of creating an alternative to their car for a daily work commute across town. They found it to be a remarkably effective solution. A trip that normally takes about 5 minutes by car is now a very manageable 10-minute ride on the e-bike, which our reviewer considers a great trade-off. Their daily round trip is typically between 5 and 8 miles, and this machine handles it with ease. For added utility, they have customized it with saddlebags and other storage on the front rack to carry personal items. One of the standout features for this client is the convenient charging. They can plug it in at work, and it will be fully charged and ready for the ride home well before the end of the workday. Despite its excellent performance for commuting, the ownership experience has not been without some issues. This user's main complaint lies with the company's customer support, which they found to be unhelpful when they tried to inquire about purchasing a second battery. Beyond that, a few potential long-term durability concerns have surfaced. Our reviewer noticed some cable chafing where the wiring enters the frame near the front, and they plan on crafting a DIY solution with a grommet and electrical tape for extra protection. The kickstand has also become less stable over time, and they observed some bent metal at its mounting point. The seat is considered adequate for casual use, but for anyone planning to ride frequently, an upgrade to a wider, more comfortable model is recommended. Finally, there is some uncertainty regarding how waterproof the bike is, leading this user to get a full cover and avoid riding in wet weather.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer begins by noting that they've owned their electric bike for a while, so their model might not be identical to the ones currently being sold. A crucial part of their experience comes from a significant upgrade. Our reviewer swapped out the standard battery for a more powerful 48-volt version. This modification seems to be the key to unlocking the machine's full capabilities, pushing its peak output to over an impressive 1,000 watts. In terms of real-world performance, this change translates into some serious speed. The client reports being able to hit 26 miles per hour on flat ground using only the throttle, without any need for pedaling. But the bike's strengths aren't just limited to straight-line speed. It also possesses a surprising amount of low-end torque, making it exceptionally capable on trails. In fact, our reviewer found that it has more climbing power than many larger 750-watt fat tire bikes, which often come with a much higher price tag. The secret seems to lie in its combination of a substantial 500-watt nominal motor paired with a system that can handle the upgraded power. This allows it to punch well above its weight class, delivering performance comparable to more expensive competitors. However, the experience isn't entirely without its faults. The one notable complaint is that the bike's design makes it prone to pedal strikes. This means the pedals sit a bit low, and riders need to be careful when cornering sharply or navigating uneven terrain to avoid having a pedal clip the ground or an obstacle. Aside from that single design quirk, the overall impression is of a surprisingly powerful and versatile e-bike, especially for someone willing to make a few tweaks to get the most out of it.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer recently had the opportunity to receive and unbox a new electric bicycle, and the initial impressions have been overwhelmingly positive. From the moment the package arrived, it was clear that considerable thought had gone into ensuring the product's safe journey. The packing was, in our reviewer's words, amazing, meticulously secured to prevent any scuffs or damage during transit. Unboxing something new can sometimes be a chore, but the care taken here meant that the electric mountain bike emerged pristine and ready for assembly without a single scratch, which immediately set a positive tone. Once assembled, the quality of this electric bicycle truly began to shine. Our client was genuinely impressed with its construction, noting that it seemed incredibly well made. There's a solid, robust feel to the frame and components that suggests durability, rather than a flimsy, budget build. Everything from the welds to the finish speaks to a product designed with attention to detail and a commitment to longevity. This initial static appraisal solidified the impression of a high-quality piece of equipment sparking anticipation for its performance. Having only had the chance for one ride so far, this reviewer admits it's early days, but the maiden voyage on this e-bike was nothing short of delightful. The ride experience was smooth, comfortable, and the electric assist worked seamlessly, making light work of inclines and extending the joy of cycling. The suspension fork handled bumps admirably, contributing to an overall pleasant experience that exceeded expectations for a first outing. Our client is already very pleased and looking forward to many more adventures. Based on this strong start and the evident quality, this reviewer would wholeheartedly recommend these electric bicycles to anyone in the market for a reliable and enjoyable ride.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.